We all love food, but not all food loves us. Some foods out there have a funny way of sticking it to us, leaving us bloated and gassy. But did you know that many of them can potentially kill us? Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to In today's video, we will talk about 4 foods that must be avoided at all costs, or you could end up in a grave. So, with no pun intended, let's dig in, shall we?
1.
Green potatoes. Got a bad batch of potatoes delivered in your groceries? You might want to cut your losses and eat those green potatoes anyway, but you need to abort that thought right away because they could be dangerous for consumption. A potato's green tinge and bitter taste can signify that it is full of toxins. Even though the greening of potatoes is a natural process, it can be an alarming threat that something is definitely wrong. When you leave potatoes under direct sunlight for a long time, they start producing chlorophyll, a pigment that gives the green color to plants and algae and helps derive food through photosynthesis. The presence of chlorophyll turns the light or dark-skinned potatoes green. Those with light skin will appear green on the surface, while dark brown-skinned potatoes might not show the green pigmentation so strikingly, so you'll have to peel the skin off, and you'll notice the green patches taking over the yellowish flesh present underneath. But you may ask, chlorophyll is present in most green veggies, so what makes it toxic in potatoes? The answer is chlorophyll is not the one that makes potatoes toxic. It is entirely harmless. There's more to the story. When potatoes are exposed to sunlight, it produces certain poisonous compounds that ward off insects, fungi, bacteria, and hungry animals. Solanine, a vital component of such compounds, is harmful to humans. Studies show that solanine ingestion can meddle with your brain functioning and gastrointestinal health. In some severe cases, it can also lead to exanthematous syndrome, a condition characterized by a skin eruption or rash, usually due to a drug-related reaction. This syndrome is often harmless, but, in rare cases, can put you on the verge of a life-death situation. Here's a minor relief. Your body is designed to reject the uptake of solanine, so there are fewer chances you would be affected by it. If you accidentally consume less toxic solanine, then there are fair chances that your body will be unable to absorb it and will excrete it out as soon as possible. However, this might not be applicable in the case of highly toxic solanine. Even though chlorophyll and solanine are produced independently, chlorophyll is a good indicator of the presence of solanine in potatoes. Some potatoes might be extra green but contain less solanine. Some may be light green yet contain high quantities of solanine. The bottom line is it's better to toss these greens right away.
2.
Nutmeg. Nutmeg is a common cooking spice known for its warm and exotic flavors. It is added to baked goods such as puddings and pies, savory dishes and sauces, and classic drinks like eggnog. Did you know some people even use it for getting high? That's right. Nutmeg is used for intoxication because of a substance called myristicin, a naturally occurring compound found in everyday herbs and spices such as dill, parsley, and nutmeg. Myristicin is an anticholinergic drug responsible for blocking the action of neurotransmitters like acetylcholine. Acetylcholine plays a vital role in memory, learning, attention, arousal, and involuntary muscle movement. So when myristicin hits the neurotransmitter, it disrupts your brain function and produces hallucinations, visual distortions, and paranoia. The person affected also tends to exhibit an utter state of confusion and random excitement that is often complemented by headaches and nausea. If you are under the influence of high doses of nutmeg, you will most likely experience unexplained gaps in your memory. And guess what? All these effects can last up to several days. Studies have shown that there is one more ingredient that makes nutmeg psychoactive, and that is alemicin. It is a natural organic compound, a constituent of many essential oils, and has similar effects on your brain activity as myristicin. Researchers suggest that the combined consumption of both these compounds is far more potent than one alone and can result in death. Studies have shown that 10 grams of nutmeg, equivalent to 2 teaspoons, can show nutmeg toxicity symptoms. If the dosage exceeds 50 grams, the situation can get much worse. Nutmeg overdose has been linked with heart palpitations, organ failure, and even death in rare cases when taken with other drugs. While nutmeg might seem a readily available option to get high, nutmeg toxicity is a severe issue that should not be ignored in the wake of short-term pleasures. 3. Cherry pits. The mere thought of juicy and delicious berries makes your mouth water, but did you know those same berries have something so toxic that it can kill you? That's right. The sweet, innocent berries you cherish contain a seed called cherry pit or kernel, around which the flesh or edible portion of your berry is wrapped. This tiny seed is the source of all trouble. Although you are supposed to spit this seed out, sometimes out of negligence you might swallow it. Cherry pits contain amygdalin, which is found naturally in kernels of many fruits and plants. Amygdalin gets converted into hydrogen cyanide inside your body, which is highly toxic, interferes with your body's oxygen-carrying capabilities, and inflicts severe damage to your brain, heart, and lungs. Cyanide toxicity may manifest itself in the form of dizziness, nausea, headache, seizures, and convulsions, and cause breathing problems. So, eating cherry pits is a big no. However, if a child accidentally gulps down one or two of them, it might not be a severe issue, but it could still pose a choking threat. Chewing or swallowing more than a few pits might elevate the danger and put your child at an increased risk of cyanide toxicity, which is why you should teach your children to spit those kernels out instead of eating them. Surprisingly, cherry pits are used widely in culinary practices despite being so dangerous. Chefs utilize their exotic flavors and excellent antioxidant composition to prepare tasty delicacies. It seems contradictory, isn't it? Well, here's the deal. The recipes prepared do not contain intact cherry pits, but they are used to derive essential flavors that cling to them. A few studies even boast of their anti-inflammatory nature. However, there is little evidence on that part, and more research is needed to prove this claim or to find out if they could be consumed safely. Till then, stay away from cherry pits and take no risks. 4. Brown rice. Brown rice's high magnesium and fiber-rich content make it a better choice than its counterpart, white rice. But if it is so nutritious, why did it end up on our list today? Well, it turns out that despite being rich in its nutrient profile, brown rice is not all good as it seems. Surprisingly, it contains one of the most toxic elements on the earth, arsenic. Arsenic consumption can lead to life-threatening disorders such as cancers and cardiovascular diseases. Arsenic has been a significant contaminant of food throughout history, but with the advent of industrialization, the problem has increased manifolds, all thanks to the widespread pollution. Using fertilizers, herbicides, pesticides, wood preservatives, industrial waste, mining activities, coal burning, and smelting are all significant contributors to the growing arsenic toxicity in food. Arsenic drains into groundwater and nearby water sources, making them toxic. Since rice requires long-standing water, or flooded fields, for irrigation, it is the most susceptible to arsenic contamination. Studies have shown that brown rice contains 80% more inorganic arsenic than white rice of the same type. This is because arsenic usually accumulates in the grain's outer layers, which are removed to make white rice. But that doesn't mean you switch altogether to white rice. After all, the nutritional benefits of brown rice cannot be ignored completely, and it still holds to be a better option than white rice. It is advised to eat brown rice in moderation. In the United States, around 85% of rice is produced locally, and the rest is imported from around the world, especially from Thailand, India, and Pakistan. A study that analyzed 39 samples of rice from different countries concluded that the U.S. variety was prone to 80 to 110% arsenic exposure, while those from other areas had relatively lower arsenic content. Brown basmati rice obtained from India and Pakistan proved to be the best choice, which had a third less inorganic arsenic than other brown rice varieties. Our world is flooded with a variety of food options to choose from. While some are packed with wide-ranging nutritional benefits, some can harm your health. Your job is to choose what's best for you and avoid the ones that can threaten your well-being. Control your portion size, eat in moderation, and reap the most health benefits possible. To know more intriguing facts about health and foods, watch Top 10 Food and Drink Additives That Should Be Banned or 6 Ways to Avoid High Blood Sugar Levels in the Morning. Go ahead. Or better yet, watch both. Which food from our listings shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below.